candidates will, introduce themselves, give a pitch about themselves. Each candidate will be given 5 minutes. The other two candidates will be waiting outside when the candidate is speaking. Same procedure follows for the CEO and the CFO post. Once all the speeches are done and you make your pitch, we'll bring everybody back in, like all the three presidents together, and we'll allot a time of probably 5 to 7 minutes wherein you can ask questions to them, and then they can try and give possible solutions to your questions. So that's how it's going to be. And first, I'd invite Dan Mahoney to come speak for us first and introduce himself as the presidential candidate for December 2009 election. And I request the other two candidates to be the Thank you.
All right. Hello, everyone. I'm sure you guys all know who I am. If not, for those of you who may not, my name is Dan Mahoney. I'm running for President and CEO of MISCA. The reason that I'd like to run for President and CEO of MISCA is not because I want to look cool in front of my friends. I'm actually looking to implement a couple of things, mainly two ideas that I've got going right now. One of which I can't even really claim as my own. It's something that MISCA has already somewhat put into place. And that would be trying to get in touch with the community a little bit more, especially the local Tucson community. And the reason that we would like to try to get more interactivity with the community is that it would, first of all, it would promote MISCA as more of a professional organization as opposed to just a student organization. Second of all, it would create a better image for MISCA overall in general. And it would make the Eller College also look better at the same time. By promoting Eller College and MISCA as well, that'll make every one of the students that's part of MISCA, which is each and every one of us, look better as far as when we go out for our job interviews and things like that. The second thing I'd like to implement into MISCA is actually something that I've come up with that as of right now, we have plenty of info sessions and do workshops, social networking events, and things like this. These are all good things, and I'd like to keep them around. Perhaps a few more social events, things like that, just to keep everyone connected. But I'd like to also bring more hands-on, real-world experience in from outside. And the way that I plan to do this is to contact local businesses, local corporations, and try to get some people that actually have knowledge in the real world who have been doing this for 10, 20 years, and try to get them in to teach us some specifics on actual hardware or software that you might actually use as industry standard today, not just based on what the instructors tell us is an industry standard. I want to hear it from someone who actually has been working with it for many years. And oftentimes there are certifications that you can get in specific types of hardware or software, and even if MISCA has to pay to get some of these professionals in, I feel that it would greatly benefit each and every one of us that attends one of those workshops, because in the end, this would be a certificate that you could come out with that you could actually put on your resume, that you could prove that you know this piece of hardware or this piece of software. And all of these things that I would try to bring in, I would try to get a few different options and let the student body vote as to what they would like to see come in, as far as what they'd like to become certified in. As far as the social networking events, I would kind of handle it exactly the same way. I would pick 3 or 4 events as opposed to one event, and I would have the student body take a vote as to what actual event that they would like to attend. So basically, that's about it. My main goal is to each and every one of you puts in $500 for the MISCA fund at the beginning of your term here. And my goal is to give as much of that money back to you as I possibly can. But that also requires, involvement from each and every one of you as well.
And Dan, do you want to tell them how you contributed to MISCA in this great semester?
Sure. As you guys have probably seen, I've sent a lot of emails to all of you, for the MISCA tailgate event. So I was ultimately in charge of, setting up all of the tailgate events, making sure that people were there, to set up and to take down everything. I've been to every tailgate except for one myself. actually the leader of the Change for Change organization, which is the U of A chapter of Change for Change. Change for Change is a national organization, and they have a U of A chapter which deals specifically with a project in Resplandor in Mexico. And what they do is they're actually trying to provide an opportunity for children in Mexico to get better education. So they set up a facility, and now they're trying to kind of renovate that building and make it, a lot more usable, I suppose. So basically, Ravi has been working with Change for Change since then to become, so that MISCA can become a sponsor of Change for Change in the future. So this is kind of a long-term thing that MISCA is looking at handling, and hopefully we can donate to their cause. So that's part of reaching out to the community, which I say